Hello everyone, I am Dr. Salman from Scholar School System. I'm lecturer in Business Studies at Scholar School System. Today we are going to discuss the topic of leadership and teamwork. As you know, this module is Introduction to Business Operations and Management, and module code is BMM 3003. So in our last lecture, what we have done, we have discussed the management and organizing. The organizations had different forms in structuring their organizations or allocating resources in their organizations. It closely affects the performance of the organizations, as you know. And let me give the reference to the management functions. In our previous lecture, we have connected structuring organization with the organizing function. What were the management functions? Planning was the first function, organizing was the second function, and we structure organization with respect to this function. The third one is staffing and finding the right person for the right job, and it was also the concept of and the concern of human resource management. That's why we have discussed it under the human resource management function. And now, directing, it is another function, directing. What is this directing? It's the fourth function, and the final function is controlling. What is that directing? Directing is the process of guiding organization members to accomplish organizational objectives. How do the people make contribution for accomplishing organizational objectives within the organizational context? As you know, in planning function, the tasks and the subtasks are outlined by the organization. So those outlined subtasks, major tasks, are performed by the staff in the organization. So in this process, you need to motivate people. I'm not talking about, yes, you may think that the remuneration or compensation could motivate the people. According to some motivational theories, the salary or the compensation does not only motivate the people, it could attract the interest of the people for joining your organization. It could be an interesting point or attractive point to collect the resumes of the people. But in workplaces, in order to get effective results and efficient outputs, you need to convince organizational members for accomplishing their tasks. And we have some approaches to do that. First is leadership. The another one is team building or team working. What are those concepts? Now, one by one, let's discuss it. What is team building? Team building is a process of organizing and bringing people together for accomplishing a common objective. So the teams mostly are built up for a temporary objective or temporary process. That's all. After a completion, organizational objective or team objective, in team perspective, the team is disbanded. Also, how does the organizations could perform or could build up a team? Now, we have a model to build a team, and it has some stages. What are the stages? Let me tell you that. We have totally 5 stages in a team building process. The first one is the forming. What is this forming? In this stage, most team members, now we have allocated and we have defined the team members, they are supposed to join this team. Okay, we came together. Now, in this stage, this is the forming stage, team members are positive and polite at the beginning. Some of them might be anxious, as they haven't fully understood what work the team will do. Others are simply excited about the task ahead. Excuse me. As the leader, and you know that in a team there should be a leader. As the leader, if you are the leader, you should play a dominant role at this stage because the team members' roles and responsibilities are not clear. So, as the leader, we are going to take initiative to define the roles. Who is going to be responsible for specific activities and the tasks in this team. So this stage can last for some time as people start to work together and as they make an effort to get to know their new colleagues. So the people will start to know each other. So there will be a communication between the team members. But the first point in forming stage, we need to identify clearly the roles. In storming, this is the next stage of this team development process. The team moves into the storming phase where people start to push against the boundaries established in the forming stage. This is the stage where many teams fail. Storming often starts where there is a conflict between team members' natural working styles. So think that everybody is coming from different departments or different working environment. Now it's time to combine it in the same cup. So this is a challenge of the team development process. So far, people may work in different ways for all sorts of reasons, but if different work styles cause unforeseen problems or unexpected problems, they may become frustrated. Yet this is the stage of facing this kind of problems with different emotions and feelings. Storming can also happen in other situations. For example, team members may challenge your authority or jockey for position as their roles are clarified. Or if you haven't defined clearly how the team will work, people may feel overwhelmed by their workload, or they could be uncomfortable with the approach you are using. Some may question the worth of the team's goal and they may resist taking on tasks. So, there might be some problems coming from the first stage as some of the tasks are not being clearly defined. So, this could result some problems in the storming chain. So, everybody wants to understand their role clearly, but another thing in storming stage, it should be sorted out, and each person in the team has his or her own working style. So this working style could be a problem for anyone else in the team. So as the leader now, what to do here? Here, team members who stick with the task at the hand may experience stress, particularly as they don't have the support of established process or strong relationship with their colleagues. Here, if there is a strong connection between the team members, and it could help eliminate the problems arises in first and the second stage of this process. And here also the leader is supposed to communicate with team members well. And the first identification of the problem is crucial, and then producing a solution way. And the leadership here requires to have good communication skills and interaction ability. In norming stage, this is the third stage of the team development. Gradually, the team moves into norming stage. This is when people start to resolve their differences now, and each one in the team has understood the differences, and against these differences, they know each other how to interact. And they are able to ask one another for help and provide constructive feedback. Yeah, this is an ideal stage to reach here maturity of the group. People develop a stronger commitment to the team goal, and you start to see good progress towards it. There is often a prolonged overlap between storming and numbing, because as new tasks come up, the team may lapse back into behavior from the storming stage. Yeah. Now everything is good so far. Now the in performing stage. This is the fourth stage of team development process. The team reaches the performing stage when hard work leads without friction to achievement of the team's goal. The structure and the processes that you have set up support this well. As leader, you can delegate much of your work and you can concentrate on developing team members. It feels easy to be part of the team at this stage, and people who join or leave won't disrupt performance. Okay, here, this is exactly maturity level of the team. If successfully and managed, and this team could help leader as well at this stage. How? As the leader, you can delegate some of your authorities and responsibilities in this process toward your staff or your team member, and you can directly focus on team development. It means that development of the people in your group. And adjourning is the last stage of this team development process. Many teams will reach this stage eventually. For example, project teams exist for only a fixed period, and even permanent teams may be disbanded through organizational structure. It means that, yes, the team has accomplished its objective, okay? The team has accomplished its objective, and now it is time to disband team, because teams are the temporary work crews. After accomplishing their objective, they would be disbanded. So this is the nature of team process. All right, good. Now we know how to develop a team. And now, what about leadership? What is leadership? Leadership is the process of and influencing people to accomplish organizational objectives. If you are talking about a team leader is the person who influences the followers or the team members for accomplishing team objectives or team purposes. Here we could discuss how to influence followers, or what is the source of leadership power. How could you influence people? In the literature, there are different types of the leadership styles. Autocratic leaders, democratic leaders, charismatic leaders, servant leaders, situational leaders, and authentic leaders. For instance, it could be one of them. Blah blah, right? We can list more than this. Here, the functionality of the leadership. What type of leadership is required in a teamwork? It's our concern now. And leaders have some sources to influence others. The first, for instance, anytime, is legal power. What does it mean, legal power? If you are hired for a leadership position, means that yes, you are the leader as you have been hired. So your power comes from your position. Let's imagine the CEO of an organization. The CEO has ability to influence everyone in an organizational context because of his or her authority. The position is giving the CEO power. So this is legal power. On the other side, even you do not have any managerial position or leadership position, but because of your expertise or knowledge, you are able to influence others. Everybody listens to you as you know much more than the others. So this is expert power. As you are the expert, on some area, and you have the expert power in leadership. So you will be influencing someone else. And we have coercive power. What does mean coercive power? Means that as you have the punishment power, you hold it, you are able to influence others. If you do not do that, you will be punished because I have that authority. Okay, this is your power. This is coercive power that you have. For instance, you have the authority and to cut off the salary or to cut off the wage of a person. It means that you have the coercive power. That's why your followers are and stick with the orders that you are generating. Or reward power. What's the reward power? You have the rewarding authority. For instance, when someone accomplished any objective, any task, you have the authority to outline a gift or a remuneration or reward. Okay? This is reward power. As you have it, you are doing that. And another one is the referent or referent power. What's the meaning of that? You are very famous in an organization or in somewhere else. Everyone knows you and you are a very popular person. So everyone trying to imitate you in terms of behaviors, in terms of approach as well. So you could have your leadership power through the referent power. Those are the main types of the leadership power sources. So a leader could obtain one of those source power as a power, and then he or she could influence others. Okay. All right. Now we have a mini case study. Let me tell you something about it, and then we will be simply analyzing the case. Martha has been assigned a team of 10 people to help her plan a major customer appreciation event. They have been working together for over a month now, and they just haven't really come together as a team. She was sure she started off well. She contacted each individual on the team and let them know their responsibilities on the project. So with respect to the team development process, the forming stage has been done by Martha. She explained one-on-one everybody, her and his responsibilities, and then the role clarification has been done. Each of the members gets the task completed, but don't seem concerned with the others on the team. If someone needs help, no one pitches into the assist. If a team member has a problem, no one helps him to solve that problem. Alright, in this team, people working individually, once they are completed their assigned work, they are done with that. So they do not look for, or they do not help each other. They don't mind if anyone in the group need help or something. So this is the point. And just yesterday, one of the team members had an emergency and asked if someone on the team could have a call with the sales team so she could leave early. No one offered to help, so Martha jumped into assist. As the leader, Martha took the initiative, and Martha had to do something. This was a bad experience for everyone, frankly, and some folks already were talking about getting off the project. Plus, she felt the event won't be as good as it could if they just came together as a team. Yes, now here, what could Martha have done to enable team building and working? This is the first question, and actually this is the only question that we have. What could Martha have done to enable team building and working? Here first we need to identify the problem. What is this? There is no harmony and synchronization in the team. Okay, one-on-one, Martha was able to convince people on their task. And individually, in the group, everybody is able to cope with this point, this problem. But team is more than this. Team should put forward a synergy. Okay, this synergy is more than the total members of the organization, the team. Excuse me. But here is the missing point. As no one is able to help each other, and this is making a problem. So what are the alternatives here? What Marta should have done? Marta should have put team together prior to starting the project, to get to know each other and discuss how they will work together to accomplish the goals of the project. Okay, the role allocation has been done, task allocation has been done, but here, how will team work? If at the beginning the teamwork has been defined with respect to helping each other, coordinating among the team members, okay, it could have been better. She could have done this by getting the time in one location, or even using a virtual tool. In order to get the group to come together as a team, Marta might step back and hold a team building session. Yes. Okay. And during this time, she could plan to accomplish the following: enable room for time so that team members can build relationship by getting to know each other on a personal level. I think it is one of the most important one. The team members didn't have this chance. They couldn't come together to know each other. So, and as well as they spend time together, not only for and performance purpose, it might be some the personal issues for celebrations, birthday celebrations, or anniversary celebrations, right? And that enhances the connection among the team members. Develop processes and procedures for how the team will share work, meet the objectives of the project, solve problems and resolve conflicts, and make decisions. Yeah, those are the suggestions we could give Marta to fix the problem. All right, we have another case study. It is about team building and leadership. And in mining profession, mining industry, many of them aim to lead a large team with prestigious responsibilities. For making a team productive, just being a boss is often not good enough. And they have to learn to be a good leader. Only a good leader can extract the maximum from his workforce and help them grow. Mining industry is a manpower-based industry, so most of the physical abilities are intensively used. Works are shared by different subgroups and sub-teams like mining or excavation, electrical and mechanical, blah blah, and which are led by the sub-team leaders like assistant managers, execution managers. Overall, mine is led by the mine manager. We can say this is a leader of whole system who is so responsible for leading the sub-teams effectively and efficiently. Our main aim is to produce coal effectively, efficiently, and safely. Effectively means achieving our target or goal. Efficient means economically, and also safely means not at the cost of any life. Hence, a mine manager has vast responsibility to lead the team. Some leaders make the mistake of keeping all the controls of the work that their team performs with them. Managers must learn to delegate work, else they can never grow. They must groom team members to function independently and take decisions on smaller pies of the whole task. Thus, the leader can encourage people by giving them more power and at the same time feeling their time to take larger strategic steps from the growth of their team. Sub-teams or team members are strands which are applied to achieve target or goal. The direction of application of these strands or forces is controlled by the team leader or manager. So here, what is the thing that we could understand? Let me summarize it. Following points to be remembered for a good leadership and good teamwork. No any communication gap should be there among team members and team leaders. So the team leaders should organize events and activities to facilitate the communication between team members. Boss is always right is not true at current scenario. So instead of doing that, negotiation and discussions among the team members, including the team leader, could be a better way. Two-way communication system is required, not only one way from top to bottom. And there should be communication in a two-way, from top to bottom, from bottom to up, or bottom to top. Okay. And it makes connections, it makes and the teamwork and the team effectiveness and the positive. A great leader touches the heart of his followers and not the body. It means that the interaction between the people, not because of physical appearance or physical capability, is because of emotions. So if you are making a favor for someone, in return, you are going to have positive behaviors or positive attitudes towards them. So this is a mutual transmission. And do your best for someone else, and someone else is going to do best for you. The organization is like a family. It's one of the difficult things, but absolutely it is always an expected or desired one. If you are able to organize your team as a family, if someone needs or someone tries to help each other, tries to fill gap in this teamwork as a whole, it could be better always. And an unanimous decision means that is another thing. There should be only one person as the decision maker in a team. If you do it together by negotiating, and it could be better with no name the decision. Job satisfaction of team members, it could be measured periodically if they are really happy with doing their performance or not. And job delegation is another aspect. The leader is supposed to delegate authority towards their people, their staff, their members. It is done, as you know, that in adjourning stage, in the performing stage, it is done. And flexibility in decision making. The decision should be always discussable by anyone in the team. And leading from front. Leading from front means that you should, as a leader, you should be always a guidance. You should be always in front of the people to show the direct way and to show the direct and the objective and direct person. All right. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the class. Have a nice day.